Welcome back, everybody, and happy Monday. It's September 22nd, 2025. Now, as the fourth Monday in September, today is National Family Day. This one was started by the National Center on Addiction, which said its research showed that teens who ate meals with the rest of the family were likely to be healthier, do better in school, and not fall into cycles of addiction. The daily family supper may seem old-fashioned, but I would recommend it for all the reasons above. Also, for many, it might be your one chance a day to sit together or pray together, talk a bit, maybe even turn off the TV if the Braves aren't playing. And some of us might need to have people around who love us enough to shame us at the table over that third visit to the vat of potatoes au gratin. Hey, sometimes love ain't PC. Today, let's talk about the dismal science, Jimmy Rain's successor, and some sad news after a prep football game. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama.
The NFL is back, and FanDuel's got everything you need to play your game, from same-game parlays to live betting. Right now, new customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. 21 plus in present and select states. 18 plus in Kentucky and Wyoming. Must be first online real money wager. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've likely heard economics referred to as the dismal science. Now, here's an aside to that. The original meaning of that phrase isn't what people tend to mean when they use it today. Back during the mid-1800s, classical economics emphasized letting free markets do their thing. Well, a Scottish philosopher with a soft spot for the good old feudal days believed that slavery was preferable to a free labor market. So he was no fan of current economic thought and where all the supply and demand mumbo jumbo was taking us. So he coined the use of the phrase the dismal science to contrast the happier common expression for poetry, the gay science. Okay, now I've heard dismal science used in modern times to mean that economics news is often dreary news, and that's understandable. Because if you notice, most economic news stories have a but somewhere in the lead paragraph. Not all of them, but most of them do. Examples could be wages are up, but so are prices. Or inflation has settled, but unemployment is up a tick. Home values increase, but it's pricing locals out of their neighborhoods. There's always a half-empty glass somewhere. It stands to reason that the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration will turn construction into a workers' market, with fewer workers chasing more jobs. Now, that could mean lower unemployment and higher wages. But Tim Harrison, the chairman of the Associated Builders and Contractors of Alabama, said the loss of construction workers is making an existing shortage even worse, leading to higher prices and slower work and driving some contractors out of business, reports AL.com's Mike Kaysen. Harrison owns a construction company in Tuscaloosa. He said he's heard about worker shortages in other industries as well. He said he'd like to see the administration remove only the undocumented immigrants who commit crimes, but work with otherwise law-abiding employees to keep them in the labor pool. Harrison said ABC of Alabama endorsed and supports Trump. He also took issue with the perception that contractors are just looking for cheap labor. Quote, "The truth of the matter is we're paying these people at least equal wages, sometimes even more to be able to get them because they're skilled, they're productive, and they work as much as you will let them." ABC of Alabama President Jay Reid said the construction workforce has been shrinking for years. Now, he said public schools' emphasis on workforce development is starting to turn that around, but that right now the labor pool just isn't there. The Yellow Fella has named his successor. Great Southern Wood Board Chairman Jimmy Rain announced that Chief Operating Officer Mark Callender will take over as President and CEO on October 1st, reports AL.com's William Thornton. Rain will continue to serve as chairman of the board. Callender has been with Great Southern Wood 34 years, 18 as COO. Rain is most commonly recognized, probably, as the cowboy wearing mostly yellow in Great Southern Wood ads. He's also well known in this state for his support of Auburn University and as the Alabama Business Hall of Famer who took over a small wood treating business to become the state's first reported billionaire. A longtime football official, as well as youth football and baseball coach, died 2 days after having a medical event on the sideline at Ladd Peoples Stadium in Mobile, reports AL.com's Ben Thomas. David Anders, who also was district fire chief in the Pritchard Fire Department for many years, was at the Spanish Fort Murphy game this past Thursday evening to evaluate officials. Now, it's not yet for certain what exactly happened, but his son, Kevin Anders, said a play came his dad's way on the sideline, and his dad fell at some point. Said Kevin, quote, "We thought initially he had some type of event that caused him to fall. All we really knew was that he had a severe brain bleed. I pulled up video of the game later and saw where he had lost his balance when the play came his way as he backed up. He fell straight over backwards. That told us a lot. What we now think is that the fall may have exacerbated something he already had going on." He said his dad never recovered and died Saturday afternoon. David Anders was 73 years old. Hey, thanks everybody for listening to us. We're going to be back here again in the morning. Until then, come by anytime you want to and see what we're working on the internet at AL.com.